Good day, grade 10 students. I'm your teacher Darwin, and I'll be your guide for our lesson for today. Our lesson for today is about the distance and the midpoint formula. But before we proceed with our lesson for today, let's have first our objectives. The first one is to find the distance between 2 points, and the second one is to find the center of a line segment. Okay, let's start by defining what is a distance formula. A distance formula is used to find the distance between 2 points, and it is actually derived from the formula of Pythagorean theorem, which is c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared, or by simplifying it, that is c is equal to square root of a squared plus b squared. And we came up with the distance formula, which is distance is equal to the square root of the quantity of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared, given any 2 points in the Cartesian plane. And to give you more idea on how to use the distance formula, let's have an example. Okay, so example, find the distance between point A and point B, wherein point A is in the coordinate of 4, 8, and point B is in the coordinate of 1, 12. Okay, before using the distance formula, let's have first identify which is the x sub 1 and x sub 2, and also y sub 1 and y sub 2. So for point A, we are going to let that as x sub 1 and y sub 1. And for point B, we are going to let that as x sub 2 and y sub 2. Okay, by using the 2 points, let's substitute it into the distance formula. So the distance is equal to the square root of the quantity of x sub 2, that will be 1, minus x sub 1, that will be 4, squared, plus the quantity of y sub 2, which is 12, minus y sub 1, which is 8, and then squared. Simplifying that, we will have distance is equal to the square root of the quantity of 1 minus 4 squared, that is negative 3 squared, plus 12 minus 8 squared, which is 4 squared. So we have the square root of the quantity of negative 3 squared plus the quantity of 4 squared. And again, by simplifying that, distance is equal to the square root of 9 plus 16, which is equal to square root of 25. And the square root of 25, that will be 5. So the distance between A and B is 5 units. Okay, after we get the distance between point A and point B, which is 5 units, remember that in our distance, we are only considering positive. I will be leaving 2 exercise for you students for your mastery on the distance formula. So first, find the distance between A, we have the coordinate 2, 7, and second, the coordinate 11, 9. B, we have the coordinate negative 5, 8, and the coordinate 2 and negative 4. Okay, grade 10 students, after we have the distance formula, let's proceed now with our midpoint formula. And let's start by defining what it is. So it is used to find the center of a line segment with the formula of midpoint, that is equal to the quantity of x sub 2 plus x sub 1 over 2 and y sub 2 plus y sub 1 over 2. Remember that in a midpoint, we are getting the center point of a given line segment. Okay, students, let's proceed with the midpoint formula by giving you an example. So find the midpoint between point A, which is in the coordinate of 5, 8, and point B in the coordinate of 1, 12. By using our midpoint formula, which is equal to the quantity of x sub 2 plus x sub 1 over 2 and y sub 2 plus y sub 1 over 2, we are going now to identify which point has the x sub 1 and y sub 1 and x sub 2 and y sub 2. So for point A, that will be our x sub 1 and y sub 1, and for point B, that would be our x sub 2 and y sub 2. Substituting that in our midpoint formula, we will have midpoint is equal to the quantity of 1 as our x sub 2 and 5 as our x sub 1, so that is 1 plus 5 over 2, and next for y sub 2, that would be 12 plus our y sub 1, which is 8 over 2. So by simplifying that, we will have 6 over 2 and then 20 over 2. And for the final part, 6 over 2, that is simplify as 3, and 20 over 2, that is 10. So the midpoint between point A, which is 5, 8, and point B, which is 1 and 12, is the point 3, 10 in our coordinate plane. And for your exercise, I will be leaving 2 items for you to find their midpoint. For A, we'll have the coordinate of 2, 7 and 49. And for B, we have the coordinates negative 5, 8 and 2 and negative 4. So again, let's have a review. For our distance formula, we use the formula distance is equal to the square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. And for our midpoint formula, we have the midpoint is equal to the quantity of x sub 2 plus x sub 1 over 2 and y sub 2 plus y sub 1 over 2 for the formula of midpoint. And that would be all. Please do subscribe with our YouTube channel. Thank you for